Hi everyone. Today we are going to learn what is computer and its components. I'm going to help you to understand the definition of computer and their parts. So coming to the definition of computer. Computer is an electronic data processing device which requires input raw data for processing and generates the output in desired form. Computer stores the data in its memory, which can be accessed any number of times for reference from its memory. Computer is made up of lots of electronics, software, and mechanical parts. Now let us understand the basic units of the computer. A computer is divided into three basic units, that is input unit, central processing unit, and the output unit. So coming to this input unit, as the name suggests, this input contains devices, that is input devices, maybe keyboard, mouse, scanner, or any other input devices. With the help of this input devices, the data is entered into the computer. This unit is a basic requirement for computer system. The input devices are of many types such as I said, keyboard, mouse, joystick, microphone, camera, etc. By using these input devices can have different set of input values that converted into a form, that is understandable form, to the computer. So that means whatever the data we sent to the computer, so those data will be converted as per the computer requirements. So we all know that computer can understand only the machine language. So that means whatever the data we send, those data will be converted into machine language, that is binary form, that is zeros and ones. So this is about the input unit. Coming to the second unit, that is CPU. The full form of CPU is Central Processing Unit. It is the main part of a computer system, like the heart of a human being. Most computers are identified by the type of CPU that is present in them. The function of the CPU is to interpret the instructions in the program and execute them one by one. It consists of two major units. That is, the first one, control unit, and the second is ALU. The full form of ALU is arithmetic and logic unit. So coming to the control unit, so as the name says, it is going to control and directs the transfer of program instructions and data between various units. So it's just gonna pass the data between various units. The main activity is to maintain order and direct the operations of the entire computer system. So coming to the next one, that is ALU. So this ALU unit performs arithmetic and logical operations. That also controls the speed of these operations. So let us look at the arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, so on. So coming to the logical operations like and or not. So these are being carried out in this arithmetic logical unit. So these two are the major units of CPU. So we have learned what is input unit and the CPU. So under CPU we have two major units, that is CU, control unit, and ALU, arithmetic and logical unit. So now let us learn the third, that is output unit. So as the name says, this device with the help of this device, we can get the information from the computer. So with the help of output devices, so we can obtain the information, we can obtain the result. Output devices are maybe monitor, printer or any other output devices. With the help of these output devices, I can obtain the output. So output can be obtained in two ways, in two forms. Maybe in the form of a soft copy or maybe in the form of a hard copy. So this output devices notify the informations displayed into a form which is understandable by the computer user. Right? So these three are the basic unit of computer. So we have one more unit that we call it as memory unit. Memory unit is one of the important unit in the computer system. So as the name says memory, it is very much like our brain as it is used to store data and instructions. Computer memory is the storage space where data is to be processed and instructions needed for processing are stored. Coming to the types of memories, there are two important types of memories. The one is primary memory, another one is secondary memory. So then how this memory gonna be stored? So this memory is divided into a large number of smaller portions. That smaller portions we call it as a cell or the location. So here every cell or the location has a unique address and a size. So with the help of this cell address, I can fetch the particular detail from the memory. Right? So let us learn the types of memories. So very important. There are two important types of memories. The one is primary memory, another one is secondary memory. So let us understand what is primary memory. Primary memory is the main memory of the computer system. It is the main memory of the computer system. So accessing the data from the primary memory is very faster. So because it will store inside the computer. So this memory will store inside the computer, hence it is faster to access the data. The primary memory is most volatile, which means data in primary memory does not exist if it is not saved when a power failure occurs. The primary memory is a semiconductor memory. It is costlier compared with secondary memory. So the capacity of primary memory is very much limited and is always smaller compared to secondary memory. So under primary memory, we have two more types, that is RAM and the ROM. RAM, that is nothing but random access memory. Random access memory, which is also known as RAM. It is generally known as a main memory of the computer system. It is called temporary memory or cache memory. The information stored in this type of memory is lost when the power supply to the PC or laptop is switched off. So coming to the second type of primary memory, that is ROM, read-only memory. It is a permanent type of memory. Its content is not lost when the power supply is switched off. The computer manufacturer decides the information of ROM and it is permanently stored at the time of manufacturing, which cannot be overwritten or modified by the user. Right? So we have understood what is primary memory and their types. So let us understand what is secondary memory. All secondary storage devices which are capable of storing high volume data, that is referred to secondary memory. It is slower than Primary memory, obviously, because this primary memory will be stored inside the computer, but this secondary memory will be accessed outside of the computer. However, it can save a substantial amount of data in the range of gigabytes to terabytes. So that means it can store large volume of data. This memory is also called backup storage or mass storage media. So now let us understand the types of secondary memory. So as we said, it is also called as mass storage device. There are two types of mass storage device, that is magnetic disk, maybe floppy disk or hard disk.